the New World, which was established at Jamestown in 1607, and whereas the first record of slavery in colonial America is that of a Dutch ship that brought 20 Africans to the English colony of Jamestown in 1619 to labor first as indentured servants, who later were dehumanized by the acceptance of colonial Virginia's peculiar institution of slavery. And whereas Virginia slave codes in the Kenning Statute at large, Laws of Virginia 1711 to 1738, Chapter 4, November 1711, 9th and provided that all Negro, mulatto, and Indian slaves within this dominion shall be held to be real estate. And whereas slavery's assertion that one individual has a property right over another contradicts America's sacred founding principles eloquently expressed in the Declaration of Independence. Specifically, we hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. And whereas in 1784, Thomas Jefferson proposed that Virginia and other states relinquish their claims to the Northwest Territories, and together with fellow Virginians, James Madison urged adoption of the Northwest Ordinance, which passed the Continental Congress on July 13, 1787, was signed by President George Washington, and stipulated that there shall be neither slavery nor involuntary servitude in the said territory, but failed to end the abominable practice of slavery already existing in Virginia. And whereas the system of slavery became entrenched in Virginia's social fabric, and because America's founding principles were unattainable within our nation divided into two parts, one free and one enslaved, slavery had to be addressed as a national issue. And whereas joining other southern states, Virginia succeeded all Virginia occupied by race, ethnicity, creed, origin, religion, and culture, sharing common destiny, desirable freedom, and determination to preserve our freedom, then those benefits to people abroad. And whereas in 2007, Virginia will commemorate the 400th anniversary of the founding of Jamestown and the Old Dominion's unique role in American history, its humble beginnings leading to the American Revolution, the stain of slavery and its legacy, and the ultimate victory of freedom for all men will be visible to the nation and the world. And whereas Virginia will again be set apart as a national leader in seeking to bridge a difficult past and complicated present to attain a harmonious and prosperous future, and the commemoration of Juneteenth offers an occasion to remember the bonds of our unity and common destiny. Now, therefore, be it resolved.
Now, I know that is a song that the African American community sings and embraces, but it is very appropriate for what is going on at that time in our history as the journey continues with what is happening with women's rights. In 1913, the word suffrage means the right to vote. So students, children, the word suffrage means the right to vote. So when your teacher asks you, you'll know what it is. The issue of women's suffrage, meaning the right of a woman to vote, reached a high level of prominence when the 15th Amendment, which was passed February 26, 1869, granted the right to vote to former slaves, but not to women. Advocates of women's suffrage were absolutely outraged. They're thinking, why did not women have the same right as our former slaves? and great agitation arose from the fact that women were not given the right to vote. So the women's suffrage movement emerged. Ladies decided to stand up for their right to vote. So women decided, believe it or not, to march on Washington. So the ladies decided to march on Washington. In 1913, a woman's suffrage processional, or a parade, was organized, and thousands upon thousands of women marched down Pennsylvania Avenue. We know that's where the White House is. They marched right down by the White House. The demonstration consisted of floats, bands, various groups representing women at home, representing women in the schools, representing women in the workplace. And I want you to know that Lynchburg, Virginia was also part of that processional. The Delta Sigma Theta sorority, the sisters of that sorority in Lynchburg, Virginia, were part of that women's suffrage march. Delta Theta sorority sisters. Let us see what you got. Let's give them a come on, Deltas. So I want you to know that the Greeks in Lynchburg have always been quite active, and that those ladies, we want to give them kudos for what they did then and what they do now. Now moving on, now the journey has not ended yet. We are still working hard toward getting the rights and all that we deserve. Finally, the 19th Amendment, and this is a very important amendment to the Constitution, that gave women the right to vote. And you remember that the 15th Amendment made it illegal for the federal or state governments to deny United States citizenship and the right to vote. Well, I want to tell you again, Lynchburg, Virginia is in the news. 12 women in Lynchburg paid their poll taxes and registered to vote on the first day of eligibility. And 3 out of these 12 women, 3 of them were African-American women. I'm going to call their names. And these are ladies in Lynchburg, Virginia. Who were the first to vote in Lynchburg, Virginia. They were Luggie Carter Ferguson, Virginia Cabell Randolph, and Lucy Stevens. I want to tell you a little bit about these. Yes. Luggie Ferguson was a public school teacher at Jackson Street School right here in Lynchburg, Virginia. Make you just scream. Virginia Cabell Randolph is known for her works in the Lynchburg public schools and opened the Lynchburg Hull House in 1933. Lucy J. Bolin Stevens was born a slave in Burkesville, Virginia in 1856. She was a teacher and a matron of the Virginia Collegiate and Industrial Institute in Fairview Heights. And this is a modern, you know what Bass Elementary School is? That's where she taught. So these ladies, Luggie, Virginia, and Lucy were the first in Lynchburg. Look at it. Yes. Amen. Yes. Let's give them a little bit more applause. Yes. 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 Go girls. Thank you, dear ladies. Let's give them another round of applause. Amen. Look at these beautiful women. And this is a little trivia I want you to remember.